The fifth wave of the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass is the worst wave yet. I am so disappointed and frustrated with Nintendo for so many reasons, and now my hopes for Wave 6 are lower than they've ever been. First, we should start from the beginning. The Booster Course Pass was announced in a Nintendo Direct in February 2022. I just so happened to be watching that Direct instead of paying attention in class, and I was unbelievably excited because Mario Kart 8 is one of my favorite games of all time, and Wave 1 was coming out on my birthday that year. And when it did come out, Wave 1 was awesome! People complained a lot about the horrible looking textures, but I wasn't too concerned with this because I was just happy we were getting new tracks. And almost every course was great. I was ecstatic to see Coconut Mall coming back. Choco Mountain, Shroom Ridge, and Ninja Hideaway soon became some of my favorite tracks in the entire game. And even the worst tracks of this wave, those being Tokyo Blur and Toad Circuit, weren't even that bad. Plus, the music of this wave was absolutely incredible. Almost every song absolutely bangs. Wave 2 is alright, in my opinion. It isn't as good as the first, both track-wise and music-wise. I was really happy to see Waluigi Pinball back. Mushroom Gorge was great to see again, Snowland was so much more fun than I thought it would be, and Sydney Sprint was the best tour track so far. But on the other hand, Wave 2 also gave us two of the worst tracks in the game. I am so disappointed with Mario Circuit 3. It's so unbelievably boring. There is nothing going on except for a flat track, and the music of the course is also ass. But then there was... Sky High Sunday. The worst track in the game. Actually, I take that back. It started to grow on me recently. So the worst track in the game title still belongs to Toad's f***ing Turnpike. But on the note of Sky High Sunday, I should start by saying I do not like Excite Bike Arena. All it is two turns and just doing a bunch of tricks. There's no skill required at all to get good at this course. All it is spamming the trick button. So now imagine you take Excite Bike Arena and you give it worse physics. You get Sky High Sunday. And that's not even mentioning how the track looks like Fall Guys! Wave 3 was better! And in my opinion, the best wave so far. The music went so unbelievably hard, producing 3 S-tier songs in Maple Treeway, Rainbow Road, and Berlin Byways, which, by the way, instantly became my favorite song in the game. Just take a listen. Wave 3 also showed that Nintendo was starting to put more work into the looks of the tracks. Everything looked significantly better than Wave 1. Just take a look at how beautiful Merry Mountain looks. Wave 4 is where my problems started though, as DK Summit was the only track I was really hyped for. Everything else is kinda eh. There were some good parts, like DK Summit was great as always, Singapore Speedway and Yoshi's Island were both very strong tracks with some incredible music. And no one can doubt that this wave looked really good. Like take Waluigi Stadium for example. This might be the most detailed track yet. But on the other hand, 3 Tour City tracks? Really? And they aren't even good ones. Actually, Singapore is great. I love Singapore, but Amsterdam and Bangkok are so generic. This is when the Tour City track fatigue really started to set in. And don't even get me started on Mario Circuit DS. Actually, f*** it, I'll rant about it. 4! There are 4 Mario Circuit tracks in this game! We don't need that many! According to the leaks, Wave 4 was going to have the last Mario Kart DS track. And Mario Kart DS still had some incredible tracks that could have filled that spot. Airship Fortress was my favorite to get in because it's an iconic track that is universally loved. Delfino Square is also an iconic track that would have fit well in this game. Or maybe you could have gone with Luigi's Mansion, or the incredibly unique Bowser's Castle, but no! Nintendo chose Mario Circuit! Wave 4 overall isn't as good as 1 or 3, it's kind of at the same level as 2, in my opinion. And then there's Wave 5. The assholes over at Nintendo decided that 9 city tracks wasn't enough, and Wave 5 had 3 more! I'm so tired of all these boring ass tour tracks. Fuck Mario Kart Tour. I fuck with Athens Dash though. Probably the best tour track we've gotten so far. But Los Angeles and Vancouver are just more of the same. When I first saw the announcement of Squeaky Clean Sprint, I asked myself, whose dumbass idea was this? But I don't know, man. I kind of fuck with Squeaky Clean Sprint. That track goes pretty hard. But you know what doesn't go hard? Sunset Wilds! They took a track where the only gimmick is that the sun sets throughout the course of the race and remade it without the sunset! Are you out of your mind, Nintendo? You just made this track so boring! I'm extremely disappointed in this one because of how flat and two-dimensional this track is. Like, sure, the source material was a GBA course, but you know what else was a GBA course? Cheeseland! Ribbon Road! We have seen Nintendo take flat tracks like those two and make dynamic, three-dimensional courses out of them. So Sunset Wilds disappoints me in every single aspect. The other 3 tracks in this wave were the best ones. Daisy Cruiser, Moonview Highway, and Koopa Cape. Daisy Cruiser's fine. Moonview Highway's music goes so incredibly hard. But come on, man. How did they fuck up Koopa Cape? It feels too small and compact. It's so claustrophobic. It's so claustrophobic in the river section. Like, look at it compared to Wii. Wii is so much more open. And I'm still not over the tunnel chain from Mario Kart 7. That was the best part about Koopa Cape from Wii, was the underwater tunnel that felt like one of those aquarium things. And I mentioned that this track feels too small. I'm specifically talking about the jump out of the pipe at the end, where if you trick off of it or go at the wrong angle, you go flying all the way to the half pipe and lose a lot of time. So I ask again, Nintendo, how did you fuck up Koopa Cape? And don't even get me started on the graphics. How did you go from these incredible looking tracks like Merry Mountain and Waluigi Stadium to this? Ew! Gross! I thought you moved past the simple textures and low poly models, but I guess not! I'm so unbelievably disappointed. I don't know. Wave 5 was a complete and utter disappointment, and I'm really hoping Wave 6 won't be as bad as the last 2. The only thing I have left to say about Wave 5 is I love the new characters. Wiggler might be my new main, Petey Piranha is cool, and it's great to see Kamek make his Mario Kart debut in a real Mario Kart game. So yeah, I'm hoping Wave 6 is going to be better than this one, and it will have Wii Rainbow Road. If that track's not in Wave 6, I'll be extremely disappointed. Oh, and also, Wave 6 better add Funky Kong, or else people are going to riot.